If the Blue Jays keep playing games like this, we're going to go gray before the All-Star break. But holy smokes! The Blue Jays come from behind in the ninth inning to tie the game at 5. And then in extra innings, Raimel Tapia gets the sac fly to win it in the 10 innings over the Boston Red Sox. And with the W, the Jays have now won a couple games in a row. They've started this 4-game series against the Red Sox on a great note, winning the first 2 games. And just what a finish to tonight's game. And I said in a tweet that I just tweeted out, by the way, if you've not followed the TO Sports Talk Twitter or Instagram, both links are in the description. I just said before I recorded the video, what a last couple nights for Toronto sports, right? Last night, you have the Raptors doing that crazy thing against Philly in Philly, a Bo Bichette with the grand slam. Tonight you got Matthews scoring 60. And oh, by the way, the Jays come back from a 5-2 deficit in the 9th inning to tie it and then win it in extras. What a nutso last couple days for Toronto, but all in good ways, and which we love to see. Let's break down this game right from the get-go. Bottom half of the 3rd inning with Cateau on 3rd and 2 out. George Springer comes through with a base hit to score Cateau to give the Jays the 1-0 lead. You're feeling great about it. You get the early advantage with Kevin Gausman on the mound just absolutely dealing. I mean, his splitter is so unfair. You could tell early on in the game the slider wasn't there for him, so he kind of went away from it. But it doesn't matter. When you're pumping 96, he touched 98 at one point during the game. When you're seeing him pump that as a fastball, and then that splitter is so devastating. Like, the Red Sox are going up there looking for his splitter, and they just can't hit it. Until the top of the 4th inning, but Kike Hernandez is a sacrifice fly, or Xander Bogaerts come in to score. Bogaerts hits everybody, so I'm not really worried about that. And that tied the game at 1 in that top half of the 4th. But the Jays in the bottom half of the 4th, and why not Santiago Espinal again? With 2 out, Santiago rips a single, and in comes Vladdy. To give the Jays the lead back, it's now a 2-1 ball game. All right, we got that lead back. It's been back and forth, right? You score in the bottom of the 3rd. They score in the top of the 4th. Now you score in the bottom of the 4th inning. And then things start to settle down. No team gets any offense going till the top half of the 8th inning. And Jimmy Garcia comes on, and he's been electric for the Blue Jays this season, and he definitely didn't have his quality stuff today. We've talked about it lately. When the bottom of the lineup for any team gets on base, especially these better teams that you've been playing lately, right? If you're allowing the bottom 8-9 guys of the Astros or the 8-9 or the 7-8-9 guys of the Red Sox to get on base, you're just asking for trouble. Now, they did pinch hit Rafael Devers, so he's not your prototypical number 8 hitter. However, he was in the number 8 spot and he did damage, right? He got on, and then Trevor Story in the top of the 8th inning rips an RBI double, and then there's nobody out still, right? And there's guys at 2nd and 3rd. They've already tied the game. Then Verdugo, it's a sacrifice fly. Christian Vasquez comes in to score. And now they have the lead. It's 3-2. Then Xander Bogaerts hits an RBI double. Then as Trevor Story scores. Then Kike Hernandez hits an RBI single. Bogaerts scores. And a massive 4-run inning from the Red Sox takes that 2-1 lead away from the Jays. Now the Red Sox are up 5. Sorry, no, it wasn't 4-1. It was a 5-2 ball game, right, for the Boston Red Sox. And getting those runs in the top half of the 8th inning, it's going to be tough for the Jays. The Jays don't go and get anything in the bottom half of the 8th inning, right? And, top half of the 9th, Baraki does a good job, struggles with the command, and that's the one thing about him. He has the stuff. Does he have the command? He struggled with a bit of it today, but didn't allow any runs in the top half. And we move ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. Tapia is the leadoff guy. He gets on base. Then Santiago Espinal. We talked about it yesterday, right? How he's hit like 4 or 5 doubles this year. But I swear, every single one he's hit is either a clutch knock or to drive a run in. It's just incredible. And what does he do there? Drills an RBI double. In comes Tapia. There's still nobody out. It's a 2-run ball game. The tying run comes to the plate. However, they bring in Gurriel to pinch hit for Cateau, and he ends up getting out. Then Bradley Zimmer comes up, and I'm like, it's pretty much over at that point. He gets out, and now there's 2 out, a guy at 2nd, time run at the plate, and it's George Springer, and right as I saw that it was George Springer, I had flashbacks. I saw flashbacks of last season when the Jays returned home to Toronto and that massive bomb that he hit Rogers Center to give all Jays fans hope. Oh my God, they're making this push to catch the Red Sox. We all remember that home run like it was yesterday. And he comes up, and on a 2-1 pitch, looked like it was a fastball, and it's down and in, but more or less, I don't even say it was fully down and in, it was more middle in. And Springer gets barreled to ball and crushes it to left center. And the question is, does it have the wings? And it does! A 2-run bomb for George Springer. I would say it's the summer of George, but we ain't there yet. It's the spring of George. Or maybe it's summer. I don't know. It's spring right now. But he is doing incredible things, and the Jays have tied the game at 5. Jays fans, what did I just say about allowing the bottom of the lineup to get on base? It kills teams. And Santiago Espinal, he's not your prototypical number 8 hitter. However, he was today, and he got on base, he knocked a run in, he was in scoring position, and allowed that lineup to turn over. Because if he gets out, you don't see Springer, right? You just don't see him. But he gets on, drives in Tapia, and allows George to get a plate appearance. And he drills it, and we're tied at 5. The game is not over, though. We go into extras. And obviously, they start with a guy at second base. The Jays bring in Jordan Romano, and he shuts the door, getting JD Martinez to strike out to end the... I think it was to strike out. Either way, he gets JD Martinez out to end the top. And there's a fastball up, but yeah, he struck him out. To end that top of the 10th, you see the emotion in him because you know how big that is, having not allowed a run there, because now you go ahead to the bottom of the 10th inning, you have a guy at second base, all you got to do is find a way to bring that guy home. And they intentionally walk Vladdy, which, I mean, I don't blame them, anybody would. And then Alejandro Kirk puts up a great at-bat, ends up walking. The bases are loaded for Matt Chapman. And he strikes out. Now there's one away. And with Matt Barnes obviously facing the 3-batter maximum, or minimum, they bring in Strom to face Tapia. The lefty on lefty, and then Tapia gets down 0-2 early, and I'm like, oh no, this is not how it's going to happen. We're not going to drop this. We're not going to allow a bases loaded, nobody out situation to go by. And the at-bat that Tapia had. I mean, people yapped Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro for trading Grichuk for this guy. Because, yeah, the power is different, this and that. And we know Tapia has a lot of ground balls, blah, blah, blah. But the AB, against the tough lefty in Strom, that Tapia had 9-pitch at bat, and he knew his job. I mean, he knows what he's all about, right? We all say, well, the numbers suggest he's a big ground ball guy. Yeah, he knows that. But he also knows in that situation what he needs to do. Drive a ball to the damn outfield. And on that pitch, on that 9th pitch of the AB, it was a ball away. And what does he do with it? Doesn't try to pull it, doesn't try to crush the ball hard, just puts back to ball, pokes it into left field. It's in the air, it's deep enough. Verdugo gets the ball. Bo Bichette tags up from third. The throw comes in. It's not in time. Tapia with the walk-off sac fly. And the Blue Jays win it 6-5 over the Boston Red Sox. As I mentioned in the last... the game against the Astros in the extra innings is that the extra innings rule definitely favors the home team. And it was evident today because of that reason, right? They didn't score in the top half of the first because they wanted to get more than that one run, right? You obviously do as the away team. But if you're the home team in the Blue Jays, they didn't score a run. So all you need is to get that one run in. They could have bunted over and then hit a sac fly and won the game. And obviously all it needed was a sac fly, right? But Tapia got it done, scoring Bo in the top of the 10th, or bottom half of the 10th, and the Jays have won the first 2 of this series against the Boston Red Sox. You have 2 opportunities tomorrow night and Thursday afternoon to win this series and have won the first 2 against the Red Sox. I believe if you do that, what would you be? 5-2 against the Red Sox to start the season? I believe that's right. If you find a way to win one of those 2 games. And it's very doable. But before we get into tomorrow's pitching matchup, quickly. George Springer was 2 for 5 in the game with the runs scored, 3 RBIs in the home run. He was incredible in the leadoff hole as always. But Santiago Espinal, look, he's been a little slow lately at the bat, but still coming up with the clutch knocks. 3 for 3, scored a run, 2 RBIs, and he walked once. The man didn't get out. He was remarkable with Santiago. He was fantastic. 8 hits in the ball game for the team. Struck out 10 times. They weren't the greatest there. Again, 10 strikeouts. You don't really like to see anything double digits. Is not a great one. You want to be able to put bat to ball, but that's okay. You scored 6. You won a ball game against the Red Sox. It's a divisional foe. Doesn't matter how it looks. Kevin flippin' Gausman, though. I mentioned in the last video, he hadn't walked the guy all year. And streak continues. The man went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run. It wasn't an earned run. 9 strikeouts in the game. And again, his slider wasn't working. He was throwing 2 pitches. That's how good he was. 9 Ks and did not walk about. He was outstanding. Kevin Gausman just continues to impress like crazy. Now, it's early in the year, obviously. And remember, his first half in San Francisco last year was phenomenal. The second half died off. But this is a new year. Kevin Gausman doing crazy things, especially against his own division so far this year. Trevor Richards came out there and did a fantastic job in his 1 inning of work. No hits, no walks, no runs, couple strikeouts. And Jimmy Garcia, as we talked about, really struggled. Went a third of an inning on 4 hits and 4 runs. And David Phelps came in there, went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit in his 2/3 of an inning. I believe that might have been the Kike Hernandez single to score Bogarts. And then things are, obviously Ryan Brucky went out there. Look, it's a 5-2 game. You're not going to use any of your high leverage guys, but he went out there and gave you a clean inning. And that's so important, obviously, because of the way this game finished. He went an inning, walked 2 guys, but struck out 2 and did not allow a run. And then Jordan Romano, obviously in the massive top of the 10th inning against some premier hitters, went 1 inning, no hits, no walks, no runs, and a strikeout. We talked about it yesterday, how important that was, that Julian Merriweather found a way to hold that fort and finish off that ball game himself and not allowing Romano to get in this ball game because you needed him for today. And Romano went out there, looked refreshed, and went out there and got the job done. So, Jays fans, Game 3 of the 4-game set against the Red Sox at Rogers Center goes tomorrow night. 7:07 first pitch there. Michael Wacha, who's had a very nice start to the season for the Boston Red Sox. However, he might hit a wall at some point. Hopefully it's against the Jays offense. We'll have to see, though, versus Ross Stripling of the Blue Jays. And last time Ross played the Red Sox was in Boston, and it wasn't all that pretty. So we'll see what happens there, but it's 7:07 at Rogers Center tomorrow night as the Jays look to win the series at the very least. All right, so thank you guys. No, whoa. Slow it down a notch. I'm a little too excited. All right, that is going to do it for this one. You guys hit that subscribe, like button if you guys enjoyed the game and the video tonight. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Twitter link is down below, so follow, send me a DM, all that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Okay, here we go. Raptors edition on Thursday night as they are back at home at Scotiabank Arena for Game 6. And everyone's picking the Raptors, but I'm trying not to get too excited. These guys got to focus on one game. Game 6 at home. They got to come out there with the same intensity, looking to force a Game 7 against Philly, and wouldn't that be something? All right? As for the Toronto Maple Leafs, talk to you guys very shortly as they just played a picture-perfect game against the Red Wings, did what they needed to do, and clinched the 2nd seed in the Atlantic Division. And as for the Toronto Blue Jays, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night as they're in Game 3 of the 4-game set against the Boston Red Sox at Rogers Center. Michael Wacha gets the ball for the Red Sox. Ross Stripling for the Blue Jays. 7:07 first pitch there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight, because if you didn't, you're definitely not a Jays fan. We'll talk to you guys then.